Hey everybody, it's Percy over here at Tender Care Lawn Service, and today the topic of discussion is lawn maintenance, what it entails, how often do we do it, the ins and outs from Tender Care's perspective. That way we can educate our client base as to what to expect. And so Tender Care Lawn Service, we provide a wide variety of services, lawn maintenance being our primary service that we provide for a lot of clients. Lawn maintenance, when we speak about lawn maintenance, a basic lawn maintenance, which is pretty much given. We mow the property, we will weed eat the entire property, the ditches, around tree lines, fence lines, pretty much everything. We edge. So when we say we edge, if you have a sidewalk, you have a concrete driveway, we edge that out. If you have a pool, we'll edge around the pool. We blow off the concrete surfaces. So we blow the driveway, we blow the patio, we blow the pool area. We try not to get it in the pool. My guys are typical. I mean, sometimes they'll grab your nets if they're available and get the grass out of the pool. It's been common for us to do that, where we try to encourage our guys to do that, because it's just another level of service that we can provide. Because nobody, it's hard to prevent that from getting in the pool, but we try to protect you and blow it away or mulch it to where it does not fly in the pool. But sometimes it happens, and if so, they try to get it out. We'll spray chemical, and when we say we spray chemical, cracks of your concrete, you'll have grass that just kind of pops up, and so we try to spray for that. Your rock headers against your house, if you have landscape and then you have a rock header against for termite control, we'll spray that rock header. So there's certain areas we spray. We just include that in a typical lawn maintenance package. And so we mow, weed, edge, blow, and spray. That's your typical lawn maintenance service. The next question is, how often do we do it? What days do we do it? We have them spread out throughout the day, or throughout the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sometimes Saturdays if we have to. For certain companies that require us to be there on Saturdays. We do our services, you have an option. You can choose weekly or you can choose bi-weekly with Tender Care Lawn Service. The majority of our client base are weekly because the price difference per month, when you look long term for what you're getting, you can almost spend the same amount of money for a weekly lawn maintenance service as a bi-weekly lawn maintenance service. And you'll get more. It'll look cleaner, better, more often. But sometimes people choose the bi-weekly option, and that's fine too. And so with a weekly lawn maintenance package, you will typically get service somewhere around the neighborhood of 35 cuts throughout the year. 35 cuts. So if you get quoted a typical $50 cut or $80 cut, you could take your 50 times 35. That's typically what you will spend annually, and you can divide that into 12 to kind of break down a budgetary number for monthly. With bi-weekly services, you'll average somewhere around the neighborhood of 27 cuts, 26 cuts. It gets really close. It just depends on our winters. So for us here in Louisiana, your winters can really bleed into November, December, and you're still cutting on a bi-weekly basis, where typically in some areas in the United States you might not be. And then next year the grass can go dormant in October and you're not really cutting in November and December. So it really depends on our season. But to kind of recap, weeklies around 35, bi-weeklies around 26, 27. And so if you just get quoted, and you'd be surprised, most people around here, so pricing always comes up. Pricing's always a question. An average client for a mowing, we've been able to drive our costs down as much as possible. And so for you to go out there and buy a lawnmower for sometimes if you went out and bought a lawnmower, it may behoove you to just price from a professional company, because it might be like, let's say you financed a $10,000 mower. So a good mower is going to run you thousands of dollars. And if you did the math, you can pay monthly for a commercial company to service your property and not even have to touch it than you would on a monthly payment plan for purchasing a lawnmower. Now it's time and money, because how much is your time worth, right? So for us, an average lawn here in Salford, Lake Charles, the average lawn, and it's not the same for everybody, but the average lawn is somewhere between $50 to maybe $70 per cut. So in Graywood or in your smaller areas, really small properties, it may be 45, 50 bucks a cut. So it's really, really simple. And then not only that, we can bundle lawn maintenance with landscaping. So when we go out to mow your property, we can pull the weeds, trim the shrubs too. So sometimes there's an added bonus there to have a professional company to not have to worry about it. And hey, you don't have to, right? But for me to express or expose our company, I want you to know upfront what that price is, what the averages are. If you have a 1 acre property, somewhere around there, so let's just say for me, a $50 property may be somewhere around the neighborhood of 10,000, 15,000 square feet. And so if you have a 1 acre property, you may be somewhere around the neighborhood of 100 bucks a cut, 110, give or take, just depends. You know, there are a lot of things that drive it up, but like if you have no trees on your property, you have 30 trees on your property, and it just takes a little bit longer for our guys to service the property, the price kind of goes up, but you'll know it up front. Usually we can typically provide you a rather quick estimate because we've been able to take the calls that come into our office, measure up the turf square footage, because unlike some companies where they'll go out there and they'll just look at it and they're really guessing at how much their cost is to mow, we've been able to drive that and have the efficiency to where sometimes over the phone, sometimes within 2-3 minutes, we can pull up the property. We've built out a price matrix based on turf square footage, and I can dial it in on the nose that says, this is how much turf square footage that you have. This is what the price is gonna be, and give you that price, whether it be bi-weekly or weekly, within seconds. So it's really enabled me to not have to drive a truck to your property to kind of price that. So all of these small items drive our costs down, which make us more efficient, more effective, and I can lower my price as a commercial grade company or a professional company and be just as well priced as one guy with one lawnmower. Because a lot of times I'll get that question as a lawn maintenance company. As we've grown over the years, growth does not necessarily always drive the cost for you, the client. Sometimes in certain scenarios it does, and then sometimes it's my job as the business owner to drive that cost down, not up. Just because we have to purchase a truck or have higher insurance, or we pay our guys better, we provide, health insurance for our guys, or we provide anything that we choose to do for our guys internally will drive the cost up, right? But it's my job to drive it down so that way we can provide a lower cost for you, the client. And so we take that wholeheartedly here at Tender Care Lawn Service. We try to do everything we can, and we basically, what I call it, hack. We hack at every little thing within our organization to be able to drive our costs for clients. And so it's enabled us to grow. And the reason why I expressed that in the way that I did is because a lot of times I've heard over the years, man, you guys are growing, I don't know if I can afford you. Well, that has nothing to do, growth has nothing to do with the price sometimes on what I can charge for a mowing a property. As a matter of fact, I can mow it faster, better, with better qualified guys, with people who tend to know your property and knows how to do it efficiently. Just because they're fast doesn't mean that they're going to do a crappy job. They're just really efficient and well trained and really know what to do and how to do it before they even get to your property, because we go over all these properties and we have the technology to drive that. And so they know your property pretty much before they get there in most cases. So that kind of explains lawn maintenance, how we do it, how often we do it, the average pricing, and the cost that is associated to it. So I hope this answers a lot of questions that a lot of clients may have with lawn maintenance. Thank you so much. Percy LaPointe, Tender Care Lawn Service.